So, it's been 6+ months, I think now, since I've done a last weird and interesting subreddits, and now that I'm back home instead of being overseas studying, and now that I'm actually not lazy, I'm going to do a second episode because it's well deserved and I actually enjoy doing it, but I'm lazy, one of the main points. And yeah, I've been wanting to do one. I kind of just picked a subreddit at random to do. So, for second episode of Weird and Interesting Subreddits, today I'll be doing r/OSHA, or OSHA. I'll just call it OSHA for the entirety of the video, just because it's easier, is a subreddit with 292,457 readers, and 221 at the time I'm looking at active, which is pretty kind of low. And the description says, see how many safety violations Bob makes in the next clip. Pay close attention, and remember, safety is no accident. And essentially gives the description. Post funny scenes from the workplace, safety training videos, or instructional videos. So, OSHA has been a community for 3 years now, which is a decent amount of time. So, like it says, pretty much the whole idea of this subreddit is to display essentially bad workplace habits or accidents waiting to happen at the workplace. So this one that I'm currently looking at, I'll show it up on screen too. Well, bam! You see that shit? Hopefully you do. But this one shows a person who he had a crane, not a crane, goddamn it, it's like a lift, and he lifted it all the way to the top. And then on top of that, he climbed on the bar and is now welding something on top of the bar and not on the lift. And the whole joke of this subreddit is essentially people doing very unsafe things. Like that. That's pretty unsafe. And this one, which shows the title of the post is the safest way to do potentially dangerous electrical work. And in the picture, it's a Snapchat post. It shows it's a church, it looks like, and on the benches they have a piece of wood, and on top of the wood is a ladder. So it that's actually really dumb. But the idea is to essentially show people or things that are really dangerous, but people still do, and obviously violate OSHA, which is a law in the U.S. of A. This picture right here, which will be on screen, shows a man who has climbed up a... God, I forgot what they're called, but the man is on scaffolding, essentially, on the side of a building, and he's doing work. And on the scaffolding, he's standing on the skinny pieces of metal that are usually make up scaffolding, and he looks like he could potentially fall. You know, like I said, this subreddit's meant to display stupid or goofy things that people really shouldn't be doing, but they do. And sometimes the situations are, funny because it's bad. You shouldn't be doing these things, but people still do them. Typical. There is no sidebar or anything. Well, there is a sidebar, but there's no history or anything to the subreddit like that type of sidebar. So, going over to top, as you expect, you'd see more of the more interesting posts, ones that people find worthy of upvoting to front page. So here I'm going to open a couple. So this one is a pretty bad one from r/OSHA. It says, "Let me fix that quick," is the quote for it. And it shows a God. It shows a man. Okay, so it's like a ride at a fair. And it shows, well, actually you'll see it anyways, but yeah, that's what's going on. Yeah, the guy gets essentially hit in the head with the ride. Since it's a bad idea to work on a ride if it's moving. Like a really bad idea. This one says, when tow trucks are too expensive and the new paint and other minor repairs aren't. And it shows a truck with a more expensive looking car strapped to the side of it. Literally has it on the back of the bed with it tied down. And it looks like it broke the window as well as dented the side of the car. Oh my. This one called Hold My Beer While I Try to Break a Plank, and essentially shows somebody pushing their foot against a plank and then trying to jump on it and then falling into the water. So the subreddit's whole concept is to essentially, display people who may not be of the highest capacity of intelligence doing some goofy stuff. It's good fun. Just looking through it makes me kind of laugh, brightens my day. It's just all around. It's a funny subreddit. You're not gonna look at it and be like, oh shit, this isn't funny. It's meant to be a funny subreddit. You look at people doing goofy shit, or people setting up things that they really shouldn't be doing, and just being unsafe in general. Like this one says, this ought to keep everyone safe, and it shows a pothole open, like an open pothole with a box over it, and then on top of that, it's like, okay, yeah, that's not safe. They put a caution sign. It's a wet paint caution sign, which could be, or a wet walk pavement, what could be potentially confusing. And but yeah, it shows that sitting right next to a pothole that's open and not covered. This one was called Hold It There, and it shows people, oh my, it shows people on a staircase somewhere. It looks like a metro. It shows people, one guy is standing actually next to the ladder while the other guy is standing on top of the ladder changing a light fixture, it looks like. But the thing is, the ladder is, well, actually the guy at the bottom is holding the ladder. It shows two guys just by the stairs. One guy is on the ladder, one's holding it, and he's changing the light on the stairs, which is a very unsafe situation. If he were to fall, he would be going down those stairs at quite an extensive rate. And this one's a good one as well. Title is, what do you want about this 3-story hole in the ground? Some wood and a comb will do just fine. Essentially, the description tells you just what it is. There's a hole in the ground. The remedy for this hole was to put caution tape around it, which was very poorly placed. Put some planks of wood, put a traffic cone on one of the planks of wood. And yeah, that's the entirety of the picture explained right there. But yeah, r/OSHA is essentially a subreddit just for bad, people doing stupid shit, people making bad decisions, people, it's essentially just a subreddit for posting pictures of things that could be potentially considered, well, actually considered unsafe at a workspace. And that's the entirety of the idea of the subreddit. And it's good for a laugh, I've been laughing through this entire recording just because of how funny it is to me personally. But yeah, I'll leave a link to all the pictures that I used. All the or some of them will be pictures, some of them will be the actual thread itself. I'll also leave a link below to the subreddit. It's a good subreddit, For me, I have, I think, 100+ subreddits now on my my subreddits bar. I have about 100 on there, and it's just fun to look through this one once in a while, just to see what people have been doing in terms of, stupid accidents, stupid things at the workplace. It's just a fun subreddit to look at it, so I definitely recommend checking it out. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.